they signed the waiver. So talagang
Mm.
very brave, mga 72,
Oh my
68. So
goodness.
parang nakakahiya naman. So sabi ko, naku, naya naman kami dito. So they did their own due diligence naman. And look at them. So pakita ko lang sa'yo. So you have to have a keen eye kasi hindi masyadong malino because we're taking this video from the fifth deck. Sabi ko nga nasa fifth deck kami, di ba? And
Mm.
nandun sila. So ayan. So
Wow.
look at those people. Diba? Ganong kabilis. And ganun lang kabilis kasi
30 seconds
talagang
in the water.
yes, no more than that because you will freeze. And as you can see talaga may nag-aabang.
Good day. Welcome to the Leader's Edge. And today it's season 19, episode 2, with one of our favorite guests, Eric Riego de Dios. He is our Chief Transformation Enabler and Organization Capability Developer. So, if you're in need of those services, you need your capabilities improved and developed. No one better to look for. So, today we have an intriguing title because it's Journey to the Bottom of the Earth. So, I just like to turn over to Eric to tell us a little bit more about what that means.
Thank you so much, Dino. It's nice to be back amongst kindred spirits, Dino. And Happy New Year to
Happy
you
New
and to
Year.
all of our, followers as well. This is a great opportunity to greet each and every one of you. A pleasant New Year. I'm sure there are new blessings, new adventures, new challenges as well. But
Mm.
definitely through those challenges, we will all grow together. And with that, let me just also share with you, Dino, that it was really an interesting title, so to speak, no? Pun intended, no? Rephrasing the great title of Jules Verne's Journey to the Center of the Earth. No, so my version is Journey to the Bottom of the Earth. But nonetheless, it is probably quite as exciting as the one that was narrated to us by the great author Jules Verne. So with
Mm-mm.
me, I would like to bring to you my own story of how I actually traveled from the Philippines down to the bottom of the earth, which is the great white continent, Antarctica. It is,
Holy
yes, it
moly.
is one of the, bucket lists that my wife and I had before, and it was really 2 years in the making,
Mm.
Dino, because, the first time I broached the idea to the wife, she said, "Oh, why should we be doing that?" and so on and so forth. And I said, "You know what, Mahal? It's a different thing when you're able to check 7 continents in the world, that you have been to different places, bringing in new stories, new insights, new narratives. Wouldn't you want to have that?" And then slowly but surely, she became actually a convert, and now she was the one who actually planned everything together. So I just took a backstage approach then, and having her lead the way into paving the way to that seventh continent journey. So there you go. So I guess it's really a matter of planting the seed and igniting that passion and letting her actually imbibe, and through that process make her the actual ambassador for the
So
seventh continent journey.
so that was a lot like what Leonardo DiCaprio's character in Inception did. You planted the idea.
That's right. Planted in the and of course, you know that the HR that we are, we're sort of not necessarily great manipulators, but sort of great thought provokers in a way that we make sure that we amplify the thought that it is not ours but their dream to pursue.
You
So
know,
there you go.
Eric, and especially for our viewers' sake, the last time we had Eric here, he narrated to us his adventures in Africa. If you remember that particular episode, it was his insights and learnings from the safari that he was on.
That's right. It was in South Africa. Of course,
South
lots of
Africa.
animals, the
Mhm.
rhinos, the tigers, the leopards, the big five of Africa, right? And
And don't
also
forget the
our
shark.
encounter with the shark, which probably I won't repeat.
Yeah.
It's something that you can just stick from your bucket list, and that's it. No repetitions at all. I don't know for sure if I can say the same thing for Antarctica, because when I had that journey to Antarctica, I also had close encounters with repeat joiners as well in the cruise, right? So, and it made me think, is it really worth a repeat journey to the bottom of the earth? Maybe it's a
Mm.
personal discernment that they would have to go through as well. But definitely, it's a long journey worth really doing, you
Out of
know.
curiosity, Eric, when you went to Antarctica, were you with some people who were with you before from South Africa?
No, entirely new set of people. I guess there are different spirit that is attracted to go to the warm, relatively warm climates
Mm.
versus those that are attracted by the frigid and but very immaculately landscaped continent, which is Antarctica.
Awesome. So let's get right down to it.
Sure.
Visiting some place where you'd have to have extreme weather wear, uh, because you could easily freeze very, very fast. How cold was cold?
How cold is cold, and sometimes that is also a relative a question, right? Because I've heard about news from some parts of Asia, even Mongolia, China, Seoul, in Korea, they're registering negative 40 degrees in some parts during some situational or elemental circumstances. Cold is cold when we go to Antarctica. During winter, it can reach up to negative 60 degrees Celsius.
Oh my God.
But but because they're on the other side or in the other on the other extreme hemisphere of the world, we went there, and December usually we will peg that as relatively the cooler season as opposed to the other parts of the year, right? For the Philippines and for the tropics. But for Antarctica, the summer is really during January, December, late December, January, and February. So we actually went during the time that it is the warmest and most conducive for adventure. There you go. At least for you, Homo sapiens, like ourselves. So,
Um, I just gotta ask. Um, as a person who comes from the tropics, was it a big shock to you, or because I've been to some cold places as well, like
that's right.
during winter when our flight had to stop over in South Korea before
Oh,
moving on
wow.
to the US, and
No.
we were asked to deplane so that we could move into the terminal. And I was
Wow.
just experiencing minus 16 degrees during that time. And my ears hurt, because it was so
They
cold and I
do.
didn't
They
bring
do.
any mufflers. But you experienced negative 60 degrees.
Well, I could have experienced that if it were in winter. But during that time, and because it was really considered as summer, so
Mm-mm.
then we experienced a very nice and temperate weather, which is ranging from -4 to 4 to +4. So
Wow,
we're at
okay.
the best of times during that time. So and of course, everything has to be planned when you go
Mm.
to a place that is known for the extreme and epic uh, characteristics. Very white, very cold, very pure. So it's a story about extremes and hyperboles. It's the journey to the bottom of the earth. And as you know, Dino, it is not just something that you could just immediately go at the snap of a finger. Punta tayo sa
True.
Antarctica. It is never like that. As mentioned to you, Dino, before, that it took us a preparation of almost 2 years, driven by my wife because I said, and binubulong-bulong ko na, no? Naku, Karen, I think when we go to Antarctica, we would have ticked off the 7 continents, no? And
Mm.
more than that, we will be going to countries that we have not been to before. So with that, sabi ko, and with that, no, a lot of planning, a lot of resource allocation, because, you know, going to Antarctica is never a cheap investment, no? So
I'm sure.
you have to put in a lot of resources. And when I talk about the resources, it's not just money, it's your
Mm.
time,
Yeah.
it's discernment, it's a lot of researching to make sure that you'll have the best story to tell, the best experience. Because if you come there unprepared with the wrong psychological mindset,
Mm.
then I'm sure you will not be able to get the most out of the experience, because you have to go there with the right mindset,
Mm.
being ready. As mentioned to you, it is a journey of extremes. So
Mm.
if you go there with a mindset of being a control freak, you might not necessarily enjoy the
Ah.
experience and the journey. You are actually left to the elements of the world where you have
Mm.
little control over anything: the schedule, the weather, the temperature, where
Oh
you would
boy.
go,
Yeah.
because it depends on the current, it depends on the chill factor, it depends
Mm-mm.
on the wind, it depends whether there will be penguins or not, right? So, so again, the great caveat that the lead explorers were actually telling us is, if you are a control freak, throw it away. You just have
Ah.
to be open to what Antarctica will be offering to you. If
Mm.
Antarctica is telling you that, go to this area because there are rough winds and the seas are rough over
Mm.
there, we just have to go there. If there are no penguins, but if there are whales, then you just have to enjoy what is there, and enjoy the best of what you can have from
Mm.
that session. So that's why I said it's a journey to the bottom of the earth, and it comes with a lot of learnings as well, Dino. And as I
Please.
yeah, and
Yeah.
as I told you, it is a journey of 1,000 miles that began with uh, a very gentle seed planting, in a
Mm.
way, the
Mm-mm.
wife. No? If you can see this, so this is the map of the world. And as you
Yes.
can see, the journey started from Manila, the Philippines. We had to fly to Dubai. We took Emirates as our airline. We stay there for 9 hours, Dino, as our layover. We have to endure that as well as part of the process. And
Wow.
then we have to go to Sao Paulo in Brazil. So it's a good thing that in Sao Paulo we don't have to have a visa. So if we do have if we decide to go outside of the airport, that's a privilege that we can actually grab. But
Mm.
if you just want to stay in the airport, that's also fine with you. But the journey doesn't end there. You will have to go to pass by Santiago, because that's where we will have to meet with our cruise manager. So we
Mm.
took the Silver Seas cruise, but the port of the cruise ship is not docked in Santiago. It is actually down further south of Chile, which is called Puerto Williams. But before going to Puerto Williams, as you can see there, so this is Santiago, and then we will go to Punta Arenas.
Mm.
So that's
Yes.
another. So let me just repeat, right? So from Manila, it is an 8-hour flight to Dubai with a
Wow.
9-hour layover. Mas matagal pa yung layover sa flight,
Mm-mm.
And then and then from Dubai, we have experienced an almost a 15-hour flight
Ooh.
going to Rio
Brazil.
de
Yes.
Janeiro in
Mm.
Brazil. Yes. And from Rio de Janeiro, we had to fly again 5 hours across the Andes to Santiago, Chile,
Mm.
and landing there. So we actually spent 2 days first in Santiago before proceeding now to Punta Arenas, a city
Mm.
down further south in Chile. And Chile is one of the longest countries, and then we spent
Oh.
about 2 hours there in Punta Arenas waiting for our flight to Puerto Williams, who's just here. And
Mm.
Puerto Williams has the reputation of being the southernmost town or municipality in the world. No other
Mm.
town can be found in the southern hemisphere, further down south than
Mm.
Puerto Williams.
I think
And
that's
from
what they.
Puerto Williams,
Yeah, I think that's what they call William Sound. The place
there
is called
is a
Williams. Yeah.
there is a sound called, but it's called Beagle Channel, and I'll also have a video for you there,
Okay.
waiting for you on Beagle Channel. And there's an interesting fact about Beagle Channel, because that's a channel where you could be in both Chile and Argentina at the same
At
time.
the same time. Wow.
Yes, yes, because that's the demarcation between the two countries. And
And
then from
you know what? This looks like the plot to an Indiana Jones movie.
Yes,
You're
yes, and more than
watching.
that, right? And more
Mm,
than that, because I think there hasn't been a film that is actually filmed in Antarctica, right? I think there's
right.
just, some other perhaps Marvel, but not Indiana Jones, or not
Mm,
even the Agent 007, right? So, and the excitement really really started as far as Antarctica is concerned from Puerto Williams,
yes.
boarding our Silver Sea cruise ship, and then we have to traverse the Drake Passage.
Mm, okay.
And it is very notorious because either you encounter a Drake shake, which is shaky, very tumultuous, very rough, or a Drake Lake, which is a very placid
Oh,
situation for you to cruise. And that is almost 2 days of navigation from Puerto Williams down to the Antarctic Peninsula, which is indicated by this
Eric,
dot over here.
the ship that you took, would that
Yeah.
have been an icebreaker or a regular ship?
It depends, right? So any regular cruise ship would be big, probably with a capacity to hold about more than 500 people or 1,000 people, or sometimes 3,000 people, especially if you're going through cruise in the Mediterranean or the Caribbean. This one is a smaller ship because you have to navigate through the icy, cold
Yeah.
waters of Antarctica. And
Mm,
to your point, it has to have a hull that can break
mm,
ice
yes.
in the ocean. Otherwise, you will not be able to proceed with your navigation.
I suspect one of the risks there is to get trapped if the ice freezes around the ship.
For sure. And that's why your hull should be reinforced with very strong metal, and your
Mm,
engine should be strong enough to power through and
mm.
break the ice.
And now I
And of course,
understand what you're saying about you mustn't be obsessed with control because
correct.
sometimes,
Because if you are trapped and you have to wait it out until circumstances are good for navigation, then
oh
that's what you
my.
have to do. You cannot just say, "Let's sail through." You
Yeah.
can't do that because
Uh,
you can't fight and wage war against nature.
yes.
So
Nature wins.
nature would always win, right? So for sure, and
Mm,
you have to have that good discernment
yes.
when to pick your battle against nature, or when you have better chances of winning, if ever you will brave your chances
Yeah.
against nature.
Oh boy.
So that is the right disposition, and you have to have the right patience,
Mm,
because if you don't have the right mindset, I mentioned to you, it's not just about resources. It's not just about time. You have to be psychologically prepared, because otherwise you will not be enjoying the journey. It was long, a lot of cities that you have
mm,
to go through, a
mm.
lot of time, a lot of patience is needed. And especially once you're there and once you're in the ship, you might probably dread, especially if you are encountering the Drake shake. And
Uh-oh.
I do have a video for you.
Mm.
We did not experience the worst of it, but I did experience the Drake shake.
Oh, wow.
Going there and going back. But
Mm.
the fun is really enjoying, because one of my learnings there is the journey is indeed the destination. You don't have to
True,
wait.
true.
You don't have to wait until you reach Antarctica for you to enjoy and celebrate the journey. And that's why
Mm,
that's what we did. So my wife and I actually enjoyed all of what that journey can offer. And I'm sure,
mm.
Brazil or Rio de Janeiro has actually placed itself in the world map, because as you can see here, Christ the Redeemer is actually deemed to be one of the modern wonders
Yep.
of the world, as voted and Condé Nast in some other surveys that we have had. And it was a real pleasure to be there. You have to go through the different hills, very green, very lush, and you'll see the whole Rio de Janeiro from atop that hill where Christ the Redeemer, the statue of Christ the Redeemer, is placed. It's more than a 30-meter statue, very well sculpted, made of marble, metal, and alloy put together. If you can see here from this vantage point, it looks as if it's made of concrete, but when you go there, there are alloys, metals, marbles cast more like a mosaic rather than just concrete. So you'll really appreciate the beauty, because you really have to go there to experience it. And you are also seeing here probably is the famous sugar loaf. Sugar loaf, or um, what do you call pao de azúcar, as what they call it there. So this is the sugar loaf, and this is also the sugar loaf, as you can see in the center of the
Oh,
heart-shaped
yeah,
one.
yeah.
And we have the pleasure. I'm sure you have heard about the song Copacabana,
Mm.
Girl from Ipanema. All of those beaches we have gone through, and you can see the full stretch of the Copacabana beach, longer than
Mm.
Boracay, all 4 kilometers of it, well lit during the night, as you can see, while I was taking a bit of a drink in the evening of our stopover in Rio de Janeiro. And we get to enjoy as well some of the architectural wonders of
Wow.
Rio. Great food. They have lots of rice as well. I did not miss rice because I was able to access rice when we were in Brazil. Lots of, when I ordered, actually, it's a fun fact. When I ordered Caesar salad with chicken, I was really surprised because there are more chicken bits than lettuce pieces in that Caesar
Oh.
salad. So I said, I did not order for chicken with lettuce. I ordered for more lettuce with a bit of chicken. But
Mm.
actually, in the land of meat, that probably is the norm there. So yes, the journey is the destination, and that is Rio de Janeiro for you.
If I may
Ah,
pause you, Eric, briefly,
sure.
I'd like to talk to the viewers about what's happening and what you're doing. Guys, you can't be spending all of your life just trying to earn a living. You have to do what Eric is doing. It's not just about the quantity of life, it's the quality of life. Go out there, travel,
For
see the
sure.
world before you get
Yes.
too old. Do what
Yes.
Eric and his wife has done. Go ahead, Eric.
Because you're not necessarily spending money, you are investing on memories.
There you go.
After everything is done, what is there to talk about, right? Between my wife and I, we can just reminisce and enjoy our
Wow.
experiences.
Mm.
When money is gone, you
Yep.
have a wealth of knowledge, you have a wealth of experiences
Mm.
that makes you, a really wealthy person.
True.
Right? So for sure, there are stories to tell when you meet your people, wisdom,
Mm.
discernment that you have gained through
Mm.
those experiences. And the journey continues. Of
Oh,
course, we also enjoyed Santiago,
yeah.
which is the
Chile.
capital of Chile, right? And in Chile, I was really surprised, because I didn't realize that South America would be able to offer a relatively modern capital, which is Santiago. I was surprised when we entered their airport. Everything was electronically designed. There are so many electric vehicles. The immigration could be electronically designed as well. And you
Wow.
can find, actually, in one of the pictures, my wife is at the background of the picture of my wife is the tallest skyscraper in South America.
Oo.
So that is what Chile can actually offer you. So it's
Mm.
surprising, maybe because we were not expecting Chile to be as modern as we
Mm.
found it. But yes, it was a very pleasant surprise. And from Chile, you do have a good access to the Pacific Ocean, as you can see there. So we enjoyed. I don't know if you're familiar with the area called Viña del Mar, where you would usually have the best music festival. And I don't know, do you know if you are familiar with some of the singers that I am a fan of, like Shakira, Luis
Yeah,
Miguel,
Shakira. Yes.
yes, and so on and so forth. So they perform there because they
Oh,
usually have a Latin music festival in Viña del Mar, which is close to the
awesome.
Pacific Ocean. If you're imagining Monaco, transpose Monaco near Santiago, and that will be your Viña del Mar, more or
That,
less. More
that's
or less.
impressive. And
Very
as you said,
impressive.
you weren't expecting it to be as progressive or as modern as it
Progressive,
turned out.
modern, and with a good mix of something that is old and rustic as well. Because I
Mm.
also went to a very artisanal and also artistic area where Pablo Neruda also lived. Of course, you know Pablo
Oh,
Neruda,
yes.
one of our literary geniuses in the modern times, and
Mm,
his poetry was actually captured in Il Postino, one of the feature films before, and
mm,
where Madonna, Banderas actually recited some of his more popular poetry. So
mm.
right, so I also went there, and I was really very ecstatic to
Oh.
really see where Pablo Neruda wrote some of his masterpieces. So it
Mm,
was really a thrill. So you're also seeing here a view of what they call Sanhattan. So a pun for Manhattan,
mm,
Santiago Manhattan. So Sanhattan, where they have their financial district. You know, so as you can see there at the back of the 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 skyscrapers are the Andes Mountains.
right.
So it's a very good, very picturesque
Mm,
city. And talking about the Andes, this is a picture before we actually landed in Santiago. You will pass by one of the longest mountain ranges in the world, which
mm.
is the Andes.
Wow.
So it's a very diverse because it traverses deserts,
Mm.
Alps, much like the Alps in Europe, as well as you can see here, snow-capped mountain tops as well. And a funny thing there is, 20 minutes before landing, the pilot or the captain would actually tell you, okay, buckle up because we're approaching the Cordilleras. Because
What?
as you know, the mountain ranges would actually cause a lot of turbulence
Right.
by nature because of the wind
Yeah.
factor. It deflects whatever
Mm,
wind direction, so you have to be prepared.
mm.
And as probably you could also recall that movie, that tragic film where some members of the Brazil or Argentinian team whose
Oh,
airplane
yeah.
actually
Right.
crashed in the Andes, and tragically some of them had to eat each other just to survive. So that's
Mm,
the Andes for you. So you have to
mm,
also be prepared. But when you're there, you'll just be awestruck by the majesty of
mm.
the Andes, and that was one of the sort of foretastes of seeing Antarctica, because what I saw at the top of the Andes is essentially what I will be seeing as well in the Antarctic region. So that was
Wow.
Santiago. I was really surprised with Santiago. Very clean. And there were no warnings like what we did in Rio, because in Rio they were saying, oh, don't go there because don't go there. Oh, so there's a lot of security restrictions, but in Santiago, you can just walk. It's a very walkable city, very nice climate because of the Andes is elevated. It's cool, cooler probably than the Baguio. So it's a very nice city to walk.
Mm. You know, that's a far cry from what it was during the 60s, 70s, and mid 80s, because back in the day, uh, Chile had its own problems, I think, with communism and that sort of thing.
Yes, with Pinochet as well. So probably so, right? But everything is transforming. If you have the right direction, right strategy, I guess you also reap the benefits of very good planning and very good governance as well. So I
Mm,
guess they have seen a lot of struggles, but they also have seen a lot of victories, because when they wage war against Peru
mm.
and Bolivia, they actually won that war. So good
Wow.
thing for them. And that extended their territories. And of course, they became one of the longest
Okay.
countries in the world. So that's Santiago. And
Yeah.
let's go to the relatively quaint area of Puerto Williams, where
Mm,
our cruise ship was actually docked. As you can see here, very serene, very
mm,
quaint, very rustic, very pure and immaculate. You can see the Dientes de Navarino. So it
mm,
literally means the teeth of Navarino because of the shape of the mountains that
mm,
actually highlights where that you're already in Puerto Williams. As you can see as
mm,
well, it's very serene, hardly a swell or hardly a wave over there. So that's
mm.
Puerto Williams. And it's funny because when we were touring Puerto Williams before boarding or after boarding the ship, they showed me three stalls where we can you can buy souvenirs,
Wow.
and the lady over there just mentioned, "Welcome to our mall."
Oh, did you get some souvenirs?
Oh, I did, I did. So
Okay.
I got a cap because it was relatively cool. And look at the cap. So I bought it from there. So this cap over here, so it
Mm.
has a penguin on that. So it has a Delhi penguin. That's the species of the penguin. And I bought
Okay.
it from there before actually leaving because there are no stores in Antarctica. So the closest where you can buy something is in Puerto Williams already.
And that store was their mall. Mm.
And the store with four kiosks over there. And the lady said, "Welcome to our mall." So
Mm.
essentially, that's it. So it's very quaint. There's one restaurant, one school, one municipal government. Their commercial center is with that four stores over there, and that's basically it. And that's basically so that's Puerto Williams for you, and that's it. As you can see here, very quaint, and they get their livelihood largely from supporting the ships that are docking their
Oh,
bay.
makes sense.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it looks to me like a writer's paradise if you want.
It is, and it's a hiker's paradise as well. So of course
Mm.
you can combine the two. So when you're hiking, you might probably want to stop over and spend the night in a certain cottage and write,
Oh.
or stay there for a week with
Mm.
solitude and silence and inspiration of nature. So,
Mm.
but my suggestion is go in the summer because winter could be really something that you really have to contend with. And talking
Yeah.
about winter, let me welcome you to so I have a short video,
Oh.
sorry. So let me I forgot that I had a video here. So I'm saying here that we have entered the Beagle channel already.
Mm.
And I'm saying when you turn to your right, you'll see Argentina, and when you turn to your left, you're seeing Chile. So that's the wonder of the Beagle channel. So I was there when I realized that fact. Oh, it's a rare occasion where you get to be in two places at one time, and the wonder of having Argentina to your right and Chile to your left is
Mm.
indeed a rare luxury for any traveler. So
It
I just
is.
wanted to point that out because I said, I was wondering, okay, I am in two places at once, and I'm in right smack in the middle of the delineation between the two jurisdictions.
Two countries with a great deal of history.
For
Argentina with
sure,
the
and
Perons. Yeah.
beauty, and 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 Chile with the Pinochet. So of
Yes.
course, for sure, very colorful, and to say the least. And they are sharing a very beautiful and rustic region called the Patagonias. So if you hear about the
Right.
Patagonia, they will ask you, so have you been to the Chilean Patagonia or the Argentine Patagonia? But both are very uh, amazing, wonderful in terms of landscape features, glaciers,
Mm.
mountain ranges, untouched nature.
Wow.
So a lot to offer. So if you have time, spend a few
Mm.
moments, few hours, or even a few days, soaking in the view and the wonder of it all.
That'd be like somebody saying, "Were you on the U.S. side or the Canada
Can
side of
decide
the
when
Niagara Falls?" Right?
that's right. That's right. Why can't you be at this in both places at the same time, right? So
Which goes back to your advice to not rush things. If you can spare a few days to see both and
and
enjoy.
enjoy. As mentioned to you, Gino, be prepared to
Mm.
be in the journey. All
Yeah,
right, to
yeah.
be in the journey, not rush things,
Mm.
and don't get too hang up in your bucket list or things to see or things to do,
Mm.
because there are things that might not be in your list that
Mm.
would actually topple whatever is in your list. So just be prepared to be surprised.
Eric, I'll just interrupt very, very briefly with a personal story. There was a time I went on vacation with a friend. And because I was told we're going to be there for 3 days and 2 nights, so I started to prepare an itinerary. If the MBTI were to describe me, I was I was the judge, the guy at the
Yes, the
end.
judging. Yes,
So
yes.
I made sure that every hour we had an activity planned, where to go. Well, my friend took one look at it, smiled, took the paper from me, crumpled it, and threw it away. And she said, we're not going to follow your schedule. Wherever the wind blows us, that's where
Okay.
we'll be. Which shows you she was a
A
perceiver.
very strong P.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please do
There you
go
go.
on.
Yeah. So, yep. And it's a good thing that I am also an MBTI certified
Yes.
facilitator. So we're speaking the same language. And finally, this is what Antarctica has to offer.
Holy
You just have
moly.
to go there to experience. As you can see, my wife and I holding that flag, seventh continent, Antarctica. It's really is a joy to be having such a privilege and a pleasure to have that opportunity. Not a lot of people are actually able to go to Antarctica.
Mm.
So if you would ask me, uh, you know, between being able to climb Mount Everest and
Mm.
being able to journey to Antarctica, what do you think would have the more number of tourists?
I would say Antarctica because Everest is a killer.
All right. So, but that is a wrong notion. There
Oh.
are more people able to go up Antarctica with their Sherpas than people are able to go to Antarctica. So that goes to show
Oh.
that indeed it is really more challenging to go to the white continent than to
Mm.
climb the summit of the highest mountain on
Mm.
Earth so far.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'd rather go to Antarctica and taste the pristine snow because I can't think of
Yes.
anywhere where the water is as pure as it could possibly be.
That is very true. Untouched by
Mm.
Homo sapiens, but definitely a lot of penguins, a lot of seals, a lot
Okay.
of planktons. Because you know what, when we were in the ship, it was an expedition ship, right?
Mm.
So it's a different kind of a cruise where, most of the people there are really there for expedition, enjoyment, roughing it out, so
Mm.
to speak, right?
So
But,
we're
come to think of it, it was not roughing out because it was a luxury silver sea ship. So
oh
it was
we're
a luxury ship, though really in terms of going out of the ship, it is really by definition roughing it out because
mm.
by simply going to snow-covered landscape,
Mm.
chill factor, wind
Yeah.
factor,
Oh
yeah,
yes.
everything that you have to contend with, that's already is a challenge. But when you go there, the pictures are not giving justice to it. You can probably
Mm.
see some use of blue, some different variations of white, but when you go there, the
Mm.
spectrum is intensified,
Yes.
right? So it's not just white. There is grayish, bluish, brownish,
Mm.
whiter than white, because you
Mm.
can only see how white is white if you contrast it with a whiter white.
Right.
And unfortunately, we don't have that privilege.
Mm.
As you mentioned, you can only go to a place that is immaculate,
Mm.
untouched, where you'll be able to see the whitest of white.
Yep.
Where pag nakita mo na akala mo puti na siya, may ipuputi pa pala. And
In
that's
other
why
words, mashed potato.
Matutito, yes. So the moniker of that advertisement. So you just have to go there to experience how cold is cold,
Mm.
how chilly is chilly, how gusty is the wind, how white is white, how blue is blue.
Wow.
And that is what is there to offer. It's very pristine. And parang mahiya ka na lang kung magtatapon ka ng something there.
Oh, yeah, my
Kasi,
gosh.
oo, kasi there is a very, very stringent requirement in terms of disinfecting your boots, disinfecting
Mm.
your poles over there. As you can see, my wife and I are holding poles kasi
Yeah.
ang hirap talagang maglakad.
Hiking poles,
Nako,
yes.
oo. Kasi lulubog at lulubog ka kasi
Mm.
hindi mo alam kung matigas na ba yung tutungtungan mo o
Right.
malambot pa
Mm.
or whatever else is happening there. So as you can see here, look at this. Can you see anything like this? Kita mo, this is
Wow.
a sculpture that only God can make.
Mm.
'Di ba? 'Di
Yeah.
ba? And kung tatanong kita, gaano kalaki to?
Um,
Parang kasing laki na siya ng MOA kasi the picture does not actually give justice to it.
and I'm willing to bet that it's just hard to tell scale because what looks so close
Yes.
might still be very, very
For
far.
sure. Yes, that's true. Sabi ko nga, dapat may lalagay kang tao doon just for you to be
Mm,
able to appreciate the grandeur and majesty and what is being captured in the picture. Kasi kung wala kang perspective, nalulose na yung majesty
mm.
ng what you're trying to capture. Kaya sabi ko nga, hindi kaya siya bigyan ng justice ng picture.
Oh
Kahit
my,
kahit ano pa siya, 4K, 8K, whatever.
oh my
Hindi siya
gosh.
kaya. Hindi kaya talaga. So
W-
talagang you just have to go. That's why the
Mm,
great learning here is you just have to go to experience and be open to experience. Kasi
yeah.
kung ikaw yung tipong ano no, hindi ka open, oh ito na ba to? Ano ba yan? Ba't ganyan? So and so you just have to be open to see the real beauty because
Mm.
otherwise you will lose. You will lose the the certain special uniqueness that Antarctica is offering.
The magic, in other words.
The magic and you will just have to feel it kasi nga 'di ba
Mm.
sabi nila there's an X factor and you just can't pin it eh pero you
Yeah,
will have to feel it yourself because in a way also the appeal of Antarctica would also depend on the personality of the
right.
person or
Yeah.
the one who is experiencing it 'di ba
Mm, mm,
so yan ako din buti na lang mas matibay ako than my wife because
mm. Yeah.
my wife was missed two expedition. One is a cruise expedition and one is a landing expedition. When you go to Antarctica, there are two expeditions. Yung iba yung pupunta ka lang dun sa zodiac na tinatawag nila.
Right.
So this is manned by an expert person will tell you, oh, this is the place. These are the pyroplanktons that will be found
Mm.
here, the fauna, the flora, what have you, the history even. So yun, may mga ganong story. So you just have to be, kasi yung mga nagda-drive sa amin sa boat ha, may mga PhD. So
Oh, oh.
talagang rich in knowledge na kahit ano yung tanong mo, yung iba nag-specialize sa history, yung iba
Marine
nag-specialize
biologist.
sa
Yeah.
marine biologist,
Yeah.
yung iba sa birds,
Mm.
yung iba dun sa planktons nag-specialize, yung iba nag-specialize sa the science of ice. 'Di ba?
Oh my
So
gosh.
you have to be open kasi
Mm.
sometimes iba't iba din yung magda-drive sa iyo magna-navigate ng cruise ng boat mo na that which we call the zodiac. And you also have to be on alert kasi bigla na lang may susulpot na whales. So dapat
Yes.
ready ka with kung gusto mong either you're the type of person who just want to view it and experience and soak it in your memory or gusto mo talagang mag-picture and video. So bahala ka na. So basta dapat alert ka lang. Tapos they are
Yeah.
also yung navigators namin, sila din yung magsasabi na, oh banda doon, watch out, look at that area kasi may lalabas dyan. So ang gagaling nila kasi very hasana sila, very experienced
Mm.
na sila that they know what to anticipate. And they
So
also know where to go and where not to go.
if I had to
So
guess, they have their day jobs, being the scientists that they are, and they have their side gigs, which would be like being a tour guide. And because they know the patterns, they can tell you what to expect.
yeah. So, at saka nagko-complement ha kasi in a
Oh,
way as they do their theoretical studies, ito naman is sort of empirical soaking in, 'di ba? So
awesome.
kailangan mo din mano. So that actually augments the expertise that they are gathering
And I
as
guess it,
well.
it helps them as well because being scientists who are concerned with preserving the environment and the
Very
planet,
true.
it gives them a chance to evangelize.
And that is very true. Good thing, that you mentioned that because when you go to Antarctica, you will be reborn as a human being. You will
Mm,
see that the main cause while Antarctica is shrinking as an ice continent is because of human doing as
yeah.
well. So unfortunately, yung iba nga, no, my wife with her wisdom talaga sabi niya, oh, kailangan yung glasses mo. Dapat nakastrap siya kasi alam mo ba, nag-start na dyan yung pollution ng mga tourists sa Antarctica. Nalilipad yung kanilang mga shades. Nagpo-pollute ka
Ah,
na. Dahil sa lakas ng wind, you just don't know.
yeah.
You just can't predict the gust of the wind.
Mm,
So, nung nandun pa lang kami sa Santiago, talagang halos naubos yung 5 hours namin, scouring the different malls just to have the right
yeah.
ski goggles. No, hindi shade
Mm,
goggles. Kasi sabi niya dapat airtight. Para kung
yes.
sakali na ma-encounter mo very strong chilly wind, hindi siya papasok. Tsaka dapat sabi niya, dapat may anti-fog.
Yes,
Ano,
yes.
characteristic and quality
She's
para
right.
hindi siya lalabo. Oo,
She's
hindi siya
right.
lalabo. At saka sabi, nabasa niya, no, sabi ko nga sa'yo, no, it takes a lot of preparation. So
Mm,
nag-research na siya. Madami siyang na-encounter na, you know what was the saving grace in my tour? It was the goggles. Kasi kung hindi, how could I have seen the wonder and majesty of
mm,
Antarctica? At talagang
mm,
nakatulong daw sa kanya yung ski goggles niya. Kaya yun yung
mm,
talagang must-have namin before even going to ano no the southern part of
mm.
Chile, which was
Uh,
on hindsight is talagang very wise decision.
this goes back to what you're saying, that you really prepared and planned for this, because one of the dangers of going to places like this, where it's hard to find the cut between the sky and the horizon, meaning the ground, because
Very
they're both white.
true. Very
So
true.
without the right glasses, meaning amber or tinted really dark, and then with the garter to hold it in place, you could suffer from wind burns, and
Ayun.
the fogging up is a genuine concern. You're right.
Correct. Oo, whitewash ka dyan talaga
Yeah.
literally kung
Mm.
nagkataon, no? Kasi buti na lang wala talagang flurry. Meron lang mga flurries but hindi talaga siya talagang snowstorm, which is
Mm.
a blessing for us, di ba?
Yeah.
Ayan. Tapos,
Oh.
another lesson that I learned is you have to bring home wherever you are.
Okay.
You have to feel the semblance of it. No? So, Christmas season, syempre hindi dapat mawala yung Christmas season. So, yan,
Mm.
dala-dala namin yung spirit of Christmas with us. So, enjoy din namin whatever the ship has to offer from a
Oh.
holiday perspective. Ayan, tapos very proud din ako kasi during that time, nagkaroon sila ng crew parade and
Ah.
they awarded three staff dun sa crew staff nila and two out of the three we're Filipinos. So proud Filipinos kami clapping for our magigiting na mga seamen, seafarers, 'di ba? Raising the flag of the
Mm.
Philippines, right? And of course, dahil nag-offer yung cruise ship ng laundry, nag-laundry din ako because we've been out for almost a month and we don't have enough clothes. So parang sabi ko na without since naman nagko-cruise pa lang naman kami, wala pa kami sa Antarctica. So mag-wash tayo muna ng clothes. And we were taken care of by no, by our personal butler which who is Pratish from India and si Ate Esther from the Philippines, no? Sa bawat cabin namin, we were assigned a personal butler and a
Mm.
personal cleaner as well. Ayan.
Awesome.
Tapos sabi ko, dream ko kasi sabi ko, ah, gusto ko parang gusto kong maligo sa pool in the midst of the iceberg. So yan, nagpa-picture din ako na para I brief. Ano naman siya? Heated pool naman siya kaya hindi siya
Okay.
malamig. Hindi
But
siya malamig pero wag ka lang aangat ng matagal kasi
yes.
baka mag-freeze ka. Pero as long as you're dipped in that pool, you are safe. No?
Mm.
Nakakatuwa din. Because unfortunately, Tino, mayroong kaming part ng bucket list namin hindi namin gagawa. So I'll tell you more about that.
Yeah.
So feel at home, feel at home. You could always feel at home. You could always bring the Philippines with you, and that's what we
Mm.
have experienced in our experience doon sa cruise ship na yan. Tapos sabi namin din dito, the beauty is in embracing the ugly.
Interesting. What prompted that
Oh, so
insight?
sige, if I could actually show you just one of the pakita mo lang dito. So this is what is known as the Drake shape. As you can see, nasa nasa fifth deck na kami niyan.
Right.
Nasa fifth deck kami. At naabutan pa kami ng mga spray ng waves. Kung imagine mo yung cruise ship do, di ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ayan. Oh, ang lakas, di ba?
Out
So
of curiosity.
imagine contenting with that for 48
Oh
hours.
my gosh. Eric, out of curiosity, being so close to what is in essence a source of fresh water, which is Antarctica, because so much of it melts, when you were hit by the sea spray, was it as salty as you were expecting, or was it slightly less salty?
I did not brave going out because it was very cold.
Okay.
It
Fair
was
enough.
very cold. It was very cold, and I did not bring to taste as well because
Yeah.
my face and mouth were probably covered during that time, just to, of
Mm,
course, shield me from the chill factor as well. So hindi na.
roger that.
But I think enough na yung shaking dun sa Drake shake kasi my wife actually una muna parang I was so brave, no?
Mm,
Kasi parang wala yan, no? So for half a day I was so strong and my wife
okay.
was already nasa bed niya, hindi siya
Seasick, yeah.
makatayo,
Uh-uh.
hindi na siya makakain. Sabi
Oh
ko wala
boy.
yan, wala yan. Tapos biglang, I don't know whether that's a power of
No.
suggestion or nag-succumb na lang ako dahil nga 48 hours after half a day of staying strong, sabi ko, hindi na rin ako makakain, nasusukan na rin ako.
Oh my
So
God.
pareho na kami nakahiga. So
Yeah,
wala
green in
nang,
the gills, yeah.
oo, no man standing na. So pareho na kami. Pareho na kami nakahiga and we're just trying to struggle and contend with the Drake shake for, ano
Mm.
no, almost 1.5 days talaga. So
That is
hirap.
that
Hirap
is what
siya.
my seaman uncle, who used to be a ship's captain, calls sea legs. A sailor who goes to sea long and often enough develops what they call sea legs, so
Yes.
they're able to withstand uh,
Yun, oo.
the
Sabi ko
churning.
nga din, 'di ba sabi ko there, so meron kaming na-assign na na butler. Sabi ko
Mm,
hindi ka ba na tsaka cleaner, hindi ka ba nasisisik? Well,
yeah.
nakaka-adjust naman po. Siguro nung unang dating namin, ganyan.
Oh
Medyo
boy.
nasisik pero after some time, okay na po, 'di ba? Kasi
Ah.
yun, you just have to do it. You also have responsibilities to do. So you can't just stay on in bed just like what we did, no? And
Mm.
also, ito yung sabi ko sa'yo, Dino, na meron kaming bucket list
Yeah.
na hindi namin na-tick. One of the items in our bucket list na hindi
Eh,
namin na-tick.
which
Have you
was?
heard of what they call polar plunge?
Let me guess. The polar plunge would imply being brave enough to go into the water.
Yes, either in Antarctica or in the North Pole. That's
Holy
that's why it's
moly.
called polar plunge. So sabi
Oh my
namin, so
God.
my wife actually bought a bathing suit, psychologically prepared herself,
Mm.
everything, 'di ba? And physically prepared herself as well, no? Although like you, I also recently went under the knife, no?
Okay.
Nagkaroon din ako ng surgery, no? And it's
Mm.
not a minor surgery. So
Oh.
nagdadalawang isip ako, but my wife was
Mm.
really bent on and experiencing the polar plunge, no?
Okay.
So ready na siya, ganyan-ganyan.
Okay.
So first 2 days seasick. So
Oh.
'di ba
Oh man.
because of the Tapos next 8 days yung wind, chill factor, runny nose,
Oh.
coughing.
Oh boy.
Tapos, dapat sabi ko nga sa inyo, na-miss niya yung two adventures. Is a cruise expedition and also a landing expedition. Hindi siya
Mm.
nakapag-landed. Nagstay lang siya sa room. So,
Sayang.
she thought of, should I still pursue the
The
polar
polar
plunge?
plunge.
And
Mm.
and during that time ako din parang gusto ko na rin kasi. Parang
Yeah.
sabi ko pa, nandito na tayo, parang gusto ko na rin. Pero nag-iisip din ako, what would be a wiser thing to do?
Mm.
'Di ba? So parang should we risk it na yung wife ko is already experiencing cough and cold? Tapos ako na newly operated on,
Mm.
recovering from a surgery.
Mm.
So siguro God decided it for us because
Mm.
hindi kami naka-attend because we were in a way sick. Hindi kami naka-attend sa orientation. Hindi kami nabigyan ng waiver. And if you don't sign the waiver, you cannot jump. So talagang,
Uh-oh.
okay, siguro yun na yun. That's the sign and that's the decision and God made that decision for us already.
Probably a wise one as well, because as
Yes.
we age, we often get hypertension, and when you are in very cold water, your blood vessels constrict.
And
Eh,
that is very true. And you know what, Dino?
mm,
Also, kasi na-surprise nga kami kasi medyo nahiya nga kami kasi meron kami mga colleagues and Filipinos to, nakakatuwa kasi
yeah.
akala namin few Filipinos lang. But lo and behold, nung nandun kami, we're a total of 13 Filipino strong contingent. Probably
Wow.
probably the most number out of the ilan ba kami? 100 plus passengers, no? Kami na yung pinakamadami doon. So proud. Sabi ko, ang yaman pala ng mga Pilipino. Grabe sila. Hindi lang, makita ba extreme, no? Pinakamaraming crew, staff, at pinakamarami din na nationality no, potentially pinakamaraming nationality, no?
Na
Na
represented.
from
Yeah.
represented and even from a third world country, di ba? So I
Mm.
was also surprised. So I was just so dun sa contingent na yon, merong mga elderly Chinese folks, mga dual
Okay.
citizens,
Mm.
senior citizens, and
Oh
Filipino
boy.
citizens. So ang ginawa nila, they undergone a pre-check lahat, yung blood
Yep. Yep.
pressure, yung kung may palpitation,
Yep.
kasi they signed the waiver. So talagang
Mm.
very brave, mga 72,
Oh my
68. So
goodness.
parang nakakahiya naman. So sabi ko, naku, naya naman kami dito. So they did their own due diligence naman. And look at them. So pakita ko lang sa'yo. So you have to have a keen eye kasi hindi masyadong malinaw because we're taking this video from the fifth deck. Sabi ko nga nasa fifth deck kami, di ba? And
Mm.
nandun sila. So ayan. So
Wow.
look at those people. Diba? Ganong kabilis.
Oh,
And ganun lang kabilis kasi
3 seconds
talagang
in the water.
yes, no more than that because you will freeze. And as you can see, talaga may nag-aabang. If
Right.
ever there are any untoward incidents that would happen, nandun na talaga. So ready na to the rescue. At nakita mo, akala mo may helicopter do, hangin lang yun. Nakikita mo yun, ang lakas ng hangin din, di ba? So sabi nga nila, yung paghihintay habang naka-bathing suit ka na hindi ka pa pinapatalon, mas malamig kaysa doon sa pinatalon ka na.
Oh my gosh. Eric, I noticed from the video, wala silang belaying lines or like ropes.
Meron. Oo, hindi lang
Oh,
sa
okay.
ganun ka-pronounce, pero
Uh,
meron. Kasi in case, ang ginangyari dyan, yun nga yung mga kasama namin. Yung nagpa-check up ng heart
oh,
palpitation, blood
yeah.
pressure, whatever. So parang ready na sila.
Right.
So when they jump in,
Mm-mm.
yung body mo pala would go through a stage of shock.
Of
Such that
course.
parang kinocommand mo yung kamay mo, no, kapit ka na, umakyat ka na.
Yeah. Yeah.
Parang either may delay or
Mm-mm.
may disobedience yung body mo na pinapakapit mo, ayaw kumapit. Such that parang talagang hinilan na lang sila kasi
Yeah.
hindi sila
Mm-mm.
maka go up on their own.
Oh my
Kaya talaga,
gosh.
kaya meron silang rope, merong ganong contingency element na for safety purposes. Talaga.
Mm.
So yun ang na FOMO namin, fear of missing
Mm-mm.
out. Pero also we can look at it from a perspective na ang tawag mo doon, meron din naman ng
Mm.
joy of missing out
Yeah.
because it
Better
is the
safe. Yeah.
wiser and more discerning decision to make, no?
Uh,
So there might be some second chances in the future. Let's see. Pero I think we made the right decision that time. Kasi naman we have had complications just to tick off
mm.
a box in our list, di ba?
True. True.
So there. So yun, may FOMO moment, meron ding joy of missing out moment.
Mm.
Ayan. And sabi ko nga
Oh.
sa'yo, expect to be surprised. Di ba sabi ko sa'yo, when you go there with a fixed mindset, and we probably talked about fixed mindset and growth mindset, no?
Mm.
Dino, before, you would just have to have a growth mindset. Prepare,
Mm.
not prepare. Actually, sinabi ko nga dito, expect to be surprised. Diba?
Right.
Expect to be. So, when you go to Antarctica, if you see the picture na nasa Antarctica, diba? And then,
Mm.
kita mo dito, less ang ice accumulation. And if you can see clearly, my steam.
Right.
Yeah, do
Rising,
you see the
rising out
steam?
of the yes,
Yes, the beach.
yes.
So if you dig deep enough and put an egg there,
Hmm.
after 20 minutes, may boiled egg ka na. Sabi ko, wow,
What?
may experience mo ba to sa Antarctica? Kasi that's an active crater of a volcano. The last eruption was dated in the 1960s. So there was supposed to be a community or a colony there.
Mm.
And wala na ngayon because of the hindi siya instability of the
Ah, okay.
volcano.
Mm.
Ayan. So, mas-surprise ka. Sabi ko, Antarctica ba yan? Ba't pang itim? Kasi volcanic ashes, di ba? Ito yung mga lava na nag-freeze over na. So,
Mm.
mas-surprise ka. We are in Antarctica that is supposed to be cold, but you
Mm.
can actually boil an egg
Mm.
if you bury it along the beach. Yan, so
Wow.
surprising. Sabi ko, kaya, wow, ang great, no? Ang galing, galing, galing talaga ni God, di ba?
Yes.
Tapos,
The contrasts.
the contrast.
Mm.
So this is called the Deception Island. Kasi this sa Deception Island, akala mo island siya, napapalibutan siya ng ano no, landlocked so to speak. Pero nakita nila na meron palang uwang that you can actually enter at nandun ka na sa center of the crater. Ito picture mo nakita mo is it's at the edge of the crater already.
Correct. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
The picture below looks like it's
Yes,
on fire.
we were surprised because you know what? You know, pag I don't know if you are actually following yung mga pagsalubong sa New Year, 'di ba? Yung New Year's Eve celebration.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Usually ang pini-featured diyan yung Burj Khalifa sa Dubai, the Sydney Bridge, 'di ba? Naalala mo 'yun? Or
Right.
kaya yung pag-drop ng ball sa New York,
Yeah.
'di ba?
Times Square.
Tapos
Times
yung
Square.
yes, tapos yung sa London Eye naman sa London. Yan yung mga ano, yan yung mga fini-feature. But
Oh.
guess what? We were surprised that we are at the heart of where they feature as well the New Year's Eve celebration in Brazil, which is Rio de Janeiro, at
Oh.
the middle part of Copacabana. Surprised na surprised kami because my wife didn't plan for it, but we were assigned a front view room dun sa
Wow.
Copacabana Beach. And talagang it was almost a miracle na hindi namin inakalaan na can you see the
Spectacular.
crowd over
Yeah.
down there? Most of them would actually wear white because per tradition, it also coincides with the feast of a god, a goddess or a god of the river. And they
Mm.
wear white to celebrate and welcome the new year. And
Mm.
nakikita mo dyan, 10 barges yan na dinala ng ship, no? So sa 10 barges na yan, simultaneously, electronically, of course, orchestrated and engineered to have that kind of firework display. And we are between the fifth and the sixth barge. Middle na middle talaga kami. So our
Wow.
surprise, talagang it was God's favor that brought us there.
What was there music? Were the
Were there
explosions timed?
music? Yes, it was time. There was music of Celine Dion, so many
Wow.
other music. And makikita may stage doon sa harap lang din namin.
Mm.
And the people, they clocked in, they counted usually more than 2 million people would congregate along the beach of Copacabana. And talaga naman, yan ang
Ooh.
pinakamadaming taong nakita namin at any given area that we have seen live. Talaga.
Thank
So,
God for herd immunity.
ah,
It's safe to be around
safe
people
na,
again.
safe na, safe na. But we are actually safe because we're just seeing this from our hotel room. So this picture is actually recorded from our hotel room.
Mm. Which
So we
meant
don't
that.
we don't have to go there among the crowd
Mm.
in the midst of the crowd.
Oh. And you saw
Yeah.
the entire spectacle.
Yes, in the safety and comfort of our room. Kasi kami ni Karen, we're very insecure kami kasi paano kung magbatuhan dyan ng bote? Kasi
Yeah, yeah.
nagiinuman sila or whatever
Mm.
things happen. Pero we feel safe, we felt secure, we're comfortable just seeing and celebrating in the comfort of our hotel room.
True
So
enough. Yeah.
near enough, low enough to see the spectacle, to feel the vibe, to feel the people, hear the music,
Mm.
hear the shout, but far enough to be safe and comfortable as
Mm.
well.
Awesome.
Ayan.
Yeah.
And another favor from the Lord. We're so tired. Sabi nga nila. Sabi ko, it's an epic adventure.
Mm.
Pero sabi niya, wait, there's more. So on our flight from Rio de Janeiro to Dubai,
Mm.
lo and behold, we were surprised. We got upgraded from business class to first class in
Ooh.
Emirates. Ayan. So it was really an epic adventure for us. And we ended on a high as well. Sabi ko, we were
Mm.
not expecting this. We're actually comfortable na sa business class. But hindi mag-end ng at that note lang
Mm.
inelevate pa. So
Mm.
we're very happy or very surprised and very humbled as well to have this favor from the
That's
Lord.
that's the area where you can turn your chair into a bed, right?
Well, that's the Singapore Airlines.
Oh,
But yes,
Singapore. Okay.
yes. But this time around, may divider pa rin. But yes, it's a fully flat bed.
Oh.
And if you adjust it well, there
Mm.
is a massage at your lumbar
Oh
area.
my gosh. Pampered is a good way to describe
Yes, and
things.
dito talaga yung pagka-Pilipino ko medyo na hindi ko alam kung tama ba 'yun ano. I don't mean to attribute really it to the Filipino. Yung pagiging practical na lahat ng free dun, kinuha ko na kasi free naman.
Siyempre.
So yeah, no, mga Perrier, may mga chocolates, may mga goods, may
Champagne,
mga
yeah.
nuts. Ayun lang,
Mm.
yun lang kasi Dino, we don't drink alcohol
Oh,
pero
okay.
oo, yun lang. So lagi kami ng offer ng champagne, unli kahit naman sa ship, sa cruise ship, an
Mm.
unli ano yan, alcoholic beverage pero we never learned to drink even
Mm.
socially ni wife. So
Ah,
ako lang my definition of luxury is is unlimited sparkling water.
wow. And of course, their selection of chocolates. The best.
Selection of chocolates at may pabaon pa. Hindi sila na content na
Mm.
inoffer nila sa amin. Nagpabaon pa kami. But one
Oh.
cute fact lang no, when you're actually in with a lot of options,
Mm.
namimiss mo talaga yung basic. At alam mo ba ang kinrave namin while we are in the first class seat? Sabi namin, meron po ba kayong cup noodles?
The irony.
Oh, sabi ko, tapos medyo nag-rewan pa ako, bakit pa nila nilagay sa bowl? Dapat sa cup noodles na lang kasi parang hindi authentic cup talaga eh.
Yeah,
Hindi
right.
nga authentic cup noodles. So, pero sila parang they're going the extra mile, nilagay pa nila sa
Mm.
bowl, dinesignan pa nila ng whatever. So, yun. But, yun pala, no? So, parang kinikrave mo lang what is just basic and ordinary
Mm.
and it nagkakaroon ng different elevation when you go back to the ordinary. You actually crave for it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying because we are very practical as a people. I experienced a similar disconnect the first time I was invited to my best friend's house,
Hmm.
the Delgado family. And
Oh.
that was during the time when the grandparents were still alive. And at 12 years old, the first time I encountered four different forks, four different spoons, and I didn't know which one to grab. And,
Yes.
and and back in the day, I was saying, "Oh, I wish I just had a pair, just a spoon and a fork, and I'm happy." All of a sudden, I didn't know what to do, so I had to watch them first.
That's right. Oo. Lahat tayo na parang na subject into that kind of situation eh.
Mm.
Meron din akong time na parang we were invited by my mom's boss to Grand Hyatt Hotel. And
Mm.
then siguro na-expect nila that because we're Asians, we know how to use chopsticks.
Right.
So hindi kami marunong mag-chopsticks
Oh
and
my
then we
god.
ended up requesting for, pwede may fork po ba kayo tsaka spoon? Kasi mga bata pa kami doon. Ayun, anyway, so parang lahat tayo parang we go through that process as
Mm.
well of finding out yung mga ganyan.
Mm.
But what's exciting as well, kita mo, nagmo-move siya, oh. Talagang
Wow.
pinilm ng wife ko siya. Ayan,
God
so
bless her.
video. Talaga, ang
Oh,
ganda kita mo. Oh. Pinapakita namin both sides para makita mo na talagang right smack in the middle kami.
synchronized nga. Oh my
Oo,
gosh,
diba?
look
And
at
look at the
that.
people, the number of people.
And if you open the
Ah.
window, you could probably hear the crowd roaring. Wow.
And yes, and actually, and unfortunately nga, hindi nga, hindi naka-tune in yung sound ko eh. Pero ayan, nakididinig ko siya. Yung mga tao nagsisigawan,
Mm.
yung firework sound, ayan.
Ooh.
No? It was really a treat, no? So
Yeah,
yun,
yeah.
very
Well,
wonderful.
well worth it.
Well
if
worth it.
if
But the
anybody's
journey,
watching this, you
yeah.
should put it on your bucket list the way Eric and Karen did.
But again, the good thing about life is it doesn't end there, and
Mm.
it gives you another opportunity to plan ahead,
Mm.
soak in the lessons from this epic journey, and plan the next adventure.
Oh yeah.
Diba? Something that you can look forward to.
Yes.
What's in store for us in 2025.
Mm.
And in a way, parang ito din yung parang nag-drive sa amin at nag-motivate sa amin to what else there to explore? What is
Mm.
the next adventure?
Yeah.
Has God has in store for what does God have in store for us this time
Mm.
around?
Parang ano, parang the Grand Tour, sila Jeremy Clarkson, sila Richard Hammond. They've been to all the continents on the planet driving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, oo, oo. Yan, so parang ano, would it be Canada? Would it be Egypt, Jordan? Would it be Peru? Would it be or probably somewhere else, no? So I
Mm.
also realized baka we might shy away from cold climates this time around.
Well, I don't blame you.
Oo, para naman medyo ano,
Mm.
we will get to enjoy most of it. So South Africa, we did not experience yung ano, yung chill factor, no? So
Yeah.
parang full welcome eh. So na-experience namin when we were in North American in the USA, in New York, na
Mm.
sobrang lamig, medyo nagkaroon ng problema si Karen. Sa Paris, nagkaroon ng problema si Karen. Then siguro yung lamig talaga then may impact. So siguro somewhere warmer para we get to
Mm.
enjoy the most. And when we were in Israel, it was a perfect climate. Very happy kami
Wow.
in South Africa as well. Perfect climate. So
Mm.
siguro we just need to spot the right time and the right place and then
Right.
and plan accordingly. So there you go. So that's what I have for you, Dino.
Yeah. So let's recap for our viewers. Number one, plan your trips. What Eric and Karen went through didn't happen overnight. This was something that they planned with deliberate thoughts. Be- I can imagine how many visas they had to apply for because along the way, there were many countries that they had to stop over. And then second thing is, as Eric pointed out, you'd have to have the right mindset for it. You can't step into a totally alien environment and not be mentally prepared, because otherwise the shock wouldn't just be physical, it would be emotional as well. And if you chicken out after spending so much, that would defeat the purpose. So you
Mhm.
have to have the right mindset, planning, the right mindset, and then third, the fortitude. Because the ocean will cause you to see your breakfast again and stay in your room. So, and then a fourth thing was to realize that Filipinos are all over the place,
Yeah.
not just in the Philippines, but serving as the crew of a ship, s- uh, joining as fellow adventurers. And in Eric's case, he also talks about having enough time to really enjoy the experience because rushing from one place to the next is is almost tragic to not be able to see one side, the Argentina side and then the Chile side. If you could, so in your case, Eric, you and Karen spent a total of 1 month and some days, I suppose.
No, almost a month. Yes, we spent
Almost a month.
almost a month. Unfortunately, Karen won't be able to stay out of the office that long. But
Right,
yes,
yeah.
almost a month. It was just fortunate because, of course, the holiday season allowed her to have more personal time. If it were
Mm.
in another season of the year, I don't think it would have been feasible.
Agreed, agreed. And so for those of you who are workaholics and the company is telling you, hey, you have 2 years worth of vacation leave unused. I mean, life is too short. Take it from Eric and Karen. Enjoy life. Get out there. Explore the world. Learn new things. Bring back memories.
There you
So,
go.
Eric, thank you so much again
It's
for
always a
sharing
pleasure.
with us. You are so delightful to listen to because Eric doesn't just tell us his experiences. With each sharing, he relives it. And in reliving it, I'm reliving it right along with him. And that's why I enjoy so much hosting him. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this particular episode, we do hope you leave a comment. We all love to read what people think. And if you have suggestions where Eric should go next time, I'm sure
Yeah.
he'll
Yes.
welcome it. Remember, sky's the limit. If they're willing to go to Africa and to Antarctica, there is probably no place they wouldn't want to try and explore. So let us know. If you like this, click like, share, and subscribe. And let us let you know that for our episode 3, we will be having Michael Godinez, who will be talking about touching people, shaping the future. He will be hosted by Paul Lazo. So, as ever, always remember that learning is a never ending journey with limitless vistas, just like what Eric said. Good day.